There is no such thing as the perfect vehicle, and as much as I love this Tundra and have zero regrets buying it, it's no exception. So in today's video, I'm going to go over 10 things that I don't like about it. Number one is the looks, and it starts with this enormous grille on the front end. People don't like it. I've had a lot of comments, and the funny thing is people are commenting saying, looks like a Frontier, looks like a Tacoma, looks like a GMC, looks like insert other truck here. Basically every single truck except for a Ram, I've had comments saying it looks like that. I think what that means is it just looks like a generic truck, maybe with some of the worst bits of every other truck on the market jammed into it. But I'm gonna be honest, it's grown on me. I kind of like the look now, with the exception of the chrome. This one's the limited, so the grille is not quite as bad. It's got the brushed look on here. If you end up getting the SR5 with the TRD off-road package, it's super shiny. It's horrendous. Because this one is the limited though, they decided to jam all the chrome elsewhere, so it's got chrome handles, chrome surrounds on the windows. Number two is still on the front end here. They have all this grille, but didn't manage to find any room for recovery points. There are no tow hooks on the front end of this. And I get what Toyota's saying. I don't think I've ever had to use the front tow hooks on my vehicles, but it's something that's important to have. Number three is this. On a TRD off-road model, why would you put 20-inch wheels with 33-inch tires? That's not nearly enough rubber for off-roading. Good thing is, it's an easy upgrade, and with very few modifications, you can fit 35s on here. Can even go up to 37s. Bad news is that means I have to go out and spend a bunch of money on it. And while we're talking about things that make no sense on off-road models, we'll move on to number four. Number four is the one that I am most disappointed by. I bought this, the TRD off-road package, for a reason. And one of the things that's listed on the build sheet are skid plates. But when you get underneath this vehicle, you see little patches of plastic about this big that offer absolutely no protection. I'm annoyed because they were advertised as skid plates and I get little pieces of plastic. Number five is the automatic start-stop. It's great for city driving. When you pull up to a light and put your foot on the brake, it turns the engine off, and when you're ready to pull away again, you take your foot off the brake, it starts the engine, you get going. If you don't want it to happen, you just don't push down hard on the brake and it doesn't shut off. The reason it's annoying is because when I pull up to a stop to park, it shuts the engine off, and then as soon as I shift into park, it turns the engine back on again, which doesn't make any sense at all. Number six is that it keeps switching driving modes. It will not save my preference. I like to drive with an eco because it suits my driving style more, but every now and then at seemingly random times, it switches back to normal, and when it does that, I end up peeling out as I pull away. Number seven are the warning messages. It will not tell you something once. It will tell you again and again and again. If CarPlay doesn't connect, you get a little drop-down message on the screen every 3 seconds. CarPlay's failed, CarPlay's failed, CarPlay's failed. If you switch to 4 low, it turns off some of the electronic features. You get a little message on the display there. You dismiss it. Exactly 6 seconds later, it's back, taking up the entire display. If you've got a trailer behind you, it tells you. You dismiss it. 6 seconds later, you've got a trailer behind you. Number eight are the driver assists that cost us a lot of money but don't really provide a lot of value, and I feel as though that money would have been better off spent somewhere else, especially on the TRD off-road package. One of those is the lane keep assist. I don't know why you need that, and it's not particularly good, especially if the stripes are not very clear, and it just beeps at you a lot. You also have automatic high beams, which are successful about 90% of the time, which means 1 in 10 drivers you're going to end up blinding. Number nine is that Toyota have just caught up to the competition. When you compare this to something like the Ram 1500 or the Ford F-150, this basically offers a lot of the same features. They have not pushed the boat out. They have not gone beyond what the competition currently offer. It's a good truck, but it hasn't gone any further. So in a few years' time, it's going to be out of date. You look at their previous generation, they didn't make any changes for over a decade. So I think in 10 years' time, you're probably still going to get the same thing. Number 10 is that you cannot custom order. If you get a Ram 1500 or Ford F-150 or pretty much any truck from any of the other manufacturers, you can custom order it with exactly the accessories or the packages or the add-ons that you want or that you need. With Toyota, you can't do that. You have to either hunt around all of the dealers trying to find one that meets your requirements, or go to your local dealer, tell them what you want and hope that it comes in. And it could be months, could be years before they ever get what you want. I had two requirements. One was that it was a limited, the other that had the TRT off-road package, and I had to settle for this one. It wasn't the color I wanted. It came with $1,000 running boards, which I had to take off and sell. Comes with a panoramic sunroof, which I have no need for. If I open it, it's gonna get incredibly dusty. So I wish that Toyota would start allowing people to have those custom orders, because it would have saved me a bunch of money and I would have had exactly what I want. So do I regret buying it? Absolutely not. Like I said at the start, it's super comfortable, it's powerful, it's great on fuel. I love it. And I look forward to building it out and taking it on future adventures to places like this. And I can already see the comments. People are gonna say, you should have bought a Ford, or you should have bought a Ram, or you should have bought, any other vehicle. And honestly, I bought this for a reason. It has a lot of positives. The positives of this outweigh the negatives, but that doesn't mean that those negatives don't exist and that I don't need to share them on the internet. I think my next video probably does need to be 10 things I love about the Tundra, so make sure you subscribe to see that. Thanks for watching.